Kerry Roberts, a Strategic Innovation Manager at E.ON UK, and I'm leading the Trailblazer for the Homes for Living programme. In 2018, the Department of Bays announced a £300 million investment to support the UN's Decade of Healthy Ageing Collaborative. This being a global campaign to improve the lives of people, their families and the communities in which they live. Even though we are living longer, if our home or the environment isn't supporting us, our health will decline and we will struggle to live those longer years in good health. This puts much more pressure on an already stretched government and healthcare system. 10% of homes today have a Category 1 hazard, and that's an immediate risk to a person's health and well-being. So in fact, the homes that we live in can be a dangerous place to be. The NHS spend £1.4 billion every single year on addressing the needs of people who come through accident and emergency, and that's a result of cold, damp, mould, but also slips, trips and falls. Recent stats suggest that 1 in 3 people in hospital today can't be discharged because their homes are not suitable for them to go back to. So as part of the £300 million investment, UK Research and Innovation set up a £98 million fund on behalf of the government, which they called the Healthy Ageing Grand Challenge. The mission was for people to enjoy an extra 5 independent years by 2035 and narrow the experience gap between the richest and the poorest. E.ON UK were one of 6 businesses that took part in the tender process. We secured £6 million in funding, which was then match funded by E.ON, and the Homes for Living programme was born.
Hi, I'm Andrew Kingston. I'm a senior lecturer in the epidemiology of ageing at Newcastle University and a chartered statistician. Worked here for over 15 years in ageing research and very passionate about the health of older people.
So you might ask, what can an energy company do to help in this space? E.ON UK have access to almost 10% of the UK population, so whether that be through our own customer base or delivering energy company obligation. But as we're already in the homes of customers, there's a great opportunity to us to deliver a much more joined up solution linking energy efficiency and health, and offer a whole house solution that joins up all the needs of the customer. We designed a model based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, starting from the basic needs of being able to heat your home. The idea was to get together a suite of solutions to improve people's lives so that they can continue to live as independently as possible. This is about joining up solutions and collaborating with public and private sectors so that we can future-proof our properties and support people sooner so that they don't have an accident in the first place.
It's vastly underestimated in terms of how big an issue the ageing population is in terms of how we support them. Although we can help people age in place, what we want to do is also increase the quality of life. We designed an evaluation strategy around understanding where somebody was now in terms of their health, and if we began to intervene in their homes, could we track changes in those metrics of health?
We carried out questionnaires before the products were fitted, and then 3, 6 and 12 months after. We learned some really valuable information. So some people were sleeping downstairs because they couldn't get up the stairs. Loneliness was a much bigger problem. It was also so important to give people the autonomy to cook for themselves. There was a significant amount of people with comorbidities that prevented them from being as mobile.
My name's Paul. I'm 71 years old. In 2015, I was seriously ill. I had life-threatening illness, which I wasn't expected to survive. I beat all their expectations. I beat it and I came out. The quality of life was basically nil. I had a phone call from E.ON Homes for Living.
Well, my name is Frances Levette. I live in Melton Mowbray, and I've lived here for about 40 years now, in the same house. This house is very special to me because it was the second house that my husband and I bought together. I've got glaucoma, which is an eye condition. It's quite an aggressive gene that I've got, and I've needed several eye operations to preserve my sight. I got to know about the support that was available when somebody rang me up from E.ON.
E.ON have been delivering solutions to customers' homes for years. However, having conversations around someone's health was a significant step further in understanding the real relationship between a person's home and how it can support them to live better and be much healthier. So we brought on board invisible creations, and these included a toilet roll holder, a plant pot holder, corner shelf, a mirror and a shower seat. They were all with built-in handrail supports. We then offered the Stair Steady, a more accessible product that supports people to get up and down the stairs. There was then the Pippa Hobbs safety device that tells you if your food has been left unattended and is about to burn. We offered the Amazon Echo. This helps people to connect with digital services as well as have a chat with a loved one. And then finally, the Fitbit. So this encourages people to keep active by counting steps, reporting on sleep, but it also encourages people to reach just even the small goals.
So I think this is a unique, very, very unique in terms of an energy giant delivering these products. But by and large, a huge success, I think, for both Newcastle University and for E.ON. And we've seen some real positive impacts. We've seen huge improvements in autonomy overall. So people were re-abled to do activities alone. People who are high dependency, we've seen a 14% increase in people who shifted back to complete independence. It's a huge shift in terms of cost to social care, but also in terms of the quality of life for individuals. If we then scale that to England, we estimate in 2025 it will be around about 1.7 billion. And then if we were to project to 2035, which is when the Aging Grand Challenge was set for by 2035, and looked at the number of people who are projected to be high dependency and applied that recovery, probably around about a £2.88 billion saving in social care.
Delivering solutions in this way has never been done before, but we scaled these solutions and delivered over 5,000 products to 2,500 homes.
The Stair Steady has been the greatest thing in my life that has helped me. Now I can go upstairs standing up, knowing that I'm not going to fall down, knowing that I'm not going to pass out, and coming down, I know that if I fall, the Stair Steady won't let me fall downstairs.
I was very keen to have the grab rails in the bathroom. I felt quite insecure with my balance. The Stair Steady I've also had on the stairs. I've got two older sisters. One is blind and crippled and can't manage to come here, but she visited me here and she got up the stairs to the toilet using the Stair Steady. That made me so happy to be able to have my sister visit.
If E.ON hadn't have put these measures in, I'd have probably, just given up. They're not just gadgets. They are actually helping me live. They are a lifeline for me.
We've seen reductions in the levels of loneliness. So people who always report feeling lonely reduced by over 50%. People who had difficulty using the toilet or couldn't use the toilet independently at baseline reduced by 92%, were able to use it independently. So we've seen some pretty impressive figures so far. It's a passion of mine to observe and help influence the health of older people in a very positive way. E.ON has that on their agenda. For me, the best outcome is something called the compression of functional decline. So you compress that period of dependency or ill health at the end of life right until the very end. So you live for a very long time, very healthily, and you die very quickly. That's essentially my goal and my mission. And by working with people like E.ON and other organisations, that's where I'm headed in terms of healthy life expectancy rather than life expectancy.
I'd like to see businesses use these types of initiatives as part of their social value commitments. I'd like to push for policy change so that energy companies can deliver minor interventions as part of delivering energy efficiency solutions and also retrofitting homes for vulnerable people. The answer is quite simple, really, but it's working across boundaries, joining budgets, adapt using insight, and also maximise the opportunity around prevention. But first we need to change our view of what ageing really looks like.